So hello, welcome. Maybe I think we can zoom in a bit from the camera, but the remote is with you, Keshav. Okay, so welcome to the session CS, this mobile virtual reality and AI course on NPTEL. And my name is Professor Varun Dutt. I am the lead instructor in the course. And also we have in this room sitting are the TAs in the, some of the TAs in the course. If you have any questions or suggestions, most happy to talk to you now and accept them and try to accommodate, incorporate. So if any of you would like to say anything, please raise your hand in the chat and then we can go to your. You can also use the chat where you can actually post your questions. I saw that there were two or three questions posted in the live session document. So we can, of course, discuss those as well. So go ahead. Thank you. So if any of you have any questions, comments, most happy to take. Otherwise, I can also take the live session questions in the document. Yeah. Are you able to hear any of you? Just want to check. Can somebody tell me if you are able to hear me? NPTEL team.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you are able to hear us. Very nice. Thank you. Yeah, so are you all in the chat taking this course, this mobile VR and AI course? I think most of you are enrolled. And yeah, so if you have any questions, I think there are some chat questions I'm seeing. Yeah, yes, okay. Yeah, so I'll just start with the live questions because there were some questions asked by some of the students. One of the students has asked about the nature of the exam which will be offered in this course because the activities in the course and the lecture material in the course are very hands-on. So answer is that so the question is the exam going to be practical? What will be the nature of the exam? What kind of questions we can expect in the exam? So the answer is that this is a multiple choice question exam. And in terms of if you're preparing for the exam, see, we can't ask you to write a piece of code. We are not asking that type of question, but you should know, like what type of functions get called when you press keys, or in general when when the Unity system is working, what type of function calls are there versus how the keyboard interaction can happen. There are also sometimes we have covered a lot of material in the video lecture on how to move cameras and all. So you should be familiar with how we are detecting mouse down, how we are detecting mouse up. These type of things are important. And of course, the exam will be more on just be able to know, and if you know that, you will be able to answer that question. But the questions are MCQ type. Each question is not likely to take more than a minute or two to answer, and the questions are straightforward. And I think the duration of the exam, if you said correctly, Malika, is about 1.5 hours, and I think it will be 50 questions. So there will be sufficient time for you to answer these questions. We've given sufficient time to answer these questions. Yeah. So that is kind of the, if any follow-up question among participants, we can definitely take it. See, there is a theory part of the course initially, which is history of virtual reality. and there certain things like, for example, Sensorama, Morton Helix contribution, and then Evan Sutherland's contribution. So you should kind of be aware of, what are these path-breaking research studies took place in the West at MIT and other universities, which has shaped what virtual reality is today. So please also pay attention to the theory. There may be some questions from these the theoretical or the introductory part of the course. What is the relationship between? There's another question which was asked. What is the relationship between mobile virtual reality and artificial intelligence? Please note that in this course we start out with virtual reality, and we give a tutorial on how to create virtual real experiences for the desktop using Unity, which can also be then rendered on Google related, like say Google Cardboard on the mobile. However, there is a part of the course which we also touch upon where we are telling how to train agents, particularly agents which are there was some pop-up anyhow. So the agents basically, like for example, if you have developed a simulation in Unity where you can drive a car, so the question is, how can we program an AI agent to drive that car, which is relevant to the real world in terms of, like we have now driverless cars like Tesla car, and such type of autonomous vehicles are there. So it is useful from that perspective. So one part of the course, yes, covers virtual reality, but the other part of the course tries to bring to these virtual reality experiences or simulations like driving, like moving the cube or the ball on the floor, to these type of games or simulations. It tries to bring AI agents which are based on reinforcement learning, and how these agents can learn to navigate or to operate in these 3D environments created in virtual reality. And basically, this is the aspect which connects the two together. One other aspect is that how do these agents learn from human data collected in these environments? So there is also, for example, emphasis on imitation learning, where you can actually have a human demonstration in the simulation, which can be recorded, and then that human demonstration is given to the reinforcement learning or imitation learning algorithm, like for example behavioral cloning, or it can also be like generative adversarial imitation learning GALE. And how does the algorithm use that type of approach, bootstrapping on the human data to learn in the environment, particularly for sparse environments where the rewards are not as frequent, like for example driving. You don't get reward every second or every minute by turning the car left or right, but yes, if you do back your car, or if you are able to come to some goal or navigate the entire environment, you are given some points. So these are examples of sparse environments. So this is where it is useful. There was another question on, I am handling 2D paper where Unity is part of it. How can I quickly learn it, and how is it important now in the industrial side? So just to answer this question, the course is on using Unity 3D. 2D, of course, there are a lot of other softwares available, including Python, Spygame, and other types of applications where you can develop 2D environments. Yes. So basically, we can also use Unity for 2D, but idea is that 3D is the emphasis here, where there is a depth dimension as well. And my TA here is saying Go Dot. That could be another example. So, but the idea is that if you follow the lectures and the lecture material, and then you do it yourself, you will become very proficient in developing these 3D immersive environments or 2D environments, depending upon your requirement, and using Unity and other tools. And then you can even, so you have talked about how is it relevant to industry. It's highly relevant to industry because many of the applications in industry are where training is required, and training is required on a certain machine or on the job, and such type of simulation tools which are 3D allow us to train people. Now, one thing more I would like to say is that there are other, for example, it can be so training drivers in certain car-like cockpits or aeroplane cockpits, or it could be in train simulations. It could also be for medical. It could also be for heavy machinery utilization. One other application at IIT Mandi, which my students here sitting with me are doing, they have programmed natural disasters in virtual reality. So, for example, you can experience an earthquake or a landslide in virtual reality without getting hurt. But what it allows us to see is to, firstly, these situations are rare. So it's difficult to actually capture such a situation in the real world, and be able to see what people are doing. But in the laboratory, such situations can be recreated in virtual reality. And then these situations allow us to see how people react to these situations, and if we can improve their response in such type of environment. So this is a quick and dirty answer to what, of course, I've only touched tip of the iceberg. There are many other applications in architecture and others where modeling and 3D simulations are useful. So there's another question: why should I study AI if AI can serve in future without studying? Okay, so my answer to this question is that AI is going to be part of our future, but we need to understand how the AI works to be able to appreciate where it is useful, where it may not be useful, and where it may not work as well. So there are several tasks still where AI may not compete well with human beings. Human beings still do it better. I'll give you a very simple task I was doing is writing. Uh, Although you may ask Chat GPT to write something for you, but the kind of flavor and originality a human being brings, that is not really there in Chat GPT type of AI. So, if I can go back to the question, so it is important to learn AI and understand how these algorithms are able to learn in sparse environments or in environments where there are not many rewards. You take actions, but you don't get immediate rewards. You don't get immediate punishments, but rewards and punishments are delayed. So I would say that learning AI is useful because one other thing, we also want to be Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant India. So we want to also develop our own AI algorithms and models to be able to do that in future, which you want to do. You also want to learn AI. So yes, AI, you can depend on AI, but also try to understand how the AI works. Be curious about it. That's what I would say. Yeah. Okay. So I think these are the questions which we had in the chat, in the live session which people had posted. I'll just check the chat also if there are any other questions here, and I don't see them yet. But if any of you would like to ask me any question, please go ahead. Most happy to help you answer any of your questions. Any of you, if you have any questions, most happy to take them now. Yeah, you can unmute or you can even use the chat if you are having no microphone in your place. Either option is fine. And I'd like to also check with NPTEL team. If NPTEL team, you would like to say a few words, or if you have any inputs, most happy to hear from you as well. Thank you. I saw some question come. It says certificate. Sir, can you please just, uh, I think it is Sh- Shell, Shalisha Kaleji. If you talked about some certificate, if you could just explain what you are mentioning, we will try to. Is it related to NPTEL certificate? Okay, yeah, so NPTEL certificate, I think, is given at the end of the course, if I understand correctly, after you have given the exam. Is there a certificate? Maybe NPTEL team can clarify. Is there an? I think you need to take the exam or to get a passing certificate, or that you have completed this course successfully. So this certificate will come. So after there will be an announced date of the exam, and you'll have to do the exam, and if you get certain marks above certain threshold, I think there will be a certificate. If NPTEL team can chip in, is there any other certificate without also giving exam? I'm not aware of, but NPTEL team can answer that question better. Akshay or anyone from NPTEL team, any additions to my answer?
Hello, sir. Sir, please repeat. Sorry, sir, I couldn't hear you.
Oh, so the question is, when is the certificate given? When is the certificate given in this course? I told them that it is after the exam.
Sir, yes, sir. Only after the exam we will be providing the certificate, sir.
Right. So that answers that question. Thank you so much. And then there is another question. Any suggestion for beginners who want to learn more about VR? Okay, so okay, I would say that have curiosity and be goal directed. See, there is a lot of VR, and I have done a lot of VR. See, the course, maybe one of you, yeah, I think muted. Yeah. So the idea is that be curious and be goal directed. Means know what you want to program in VR or what you want to do in VR, and then try to do it. Because the course right now, which we have taught you, gives you all the skills, right? From telling you about basic elements in the Unity environment, like cube spheres. These are all these objects, assets, and then we have also told you programmatical, the C sharp code, how to start interacting with these assets, how a user interaction can happen, what function calls are there. So these are all building blocks, and these are all required when you're programming the simulation. But be goal directed, know what you want to do, and then try. And of course, you can also check up asset store, like was covered in the course, to see if there are already some pre-existing. So if you're trying to build some environment, maybe there is already a prefab or a asset available, like a prefab in the asset store, which you can import and you can start using. So I would say that suggestion for beginner is to be curious, be goal directed, take the lecture, and of course, from here on, you can try learning other concepts as needed. But the course itself is like teaches you quite a bit in just about 1 credit, which I believe is a very good starting point. Will the proctored exam have questions on Unity C Sharp scripting, or will it be as per weekly assignment? So the questions will be like the weekly assignment, but see, there will not be a direct question on writing a program like Unity C Sharp scripting. However, in the script, there are certain functions used, or certain types of things done. So there may be question, what type of function to use for achieving this particular thing in Unity. And mostly remember that whatever I cover in the lecture, in the video, and what I'm doing on the prompt, that's what's required. So for example, let's say there is a concept of time delta time, which is when one frame moves to the other frame, we are oftentimes multiplying velocities with time delta time to get displacement. So basically that is the transition time between frames to make the the movement smooth. Otherwise it will look like jerky. So so question can be, what is the function call generally is used to cure the movement jerkiness, and its options can be time, daytime, nighttime, time delta time. So you need to know that time dot delta time is the correct function to be utilized. Now this is an example. So such type of questions can be there. Okay, so mostly based on weekly assignments. I'm not asking you any specific programming related challenge in the exam. Will there be sessions by TAs discussing about probable questions for the proctored exam? Suggestions to conduct such sessions. Yeah, so basically the idea of conducting this session was the same, where you can ask me questions and ask the TA questions, and then we can answer them. Like I've already given you quite a bit on what type of questions to expect in the exam, and so I would say that I don't see any proctored TA discussion discussing these kind of things beyond this. Of course, we can have one more open house if you want to. However, I would like to say that there is a group also, where Google group, where we are getting a lot of questions. So if you have some specific questions, TAs and I are continuously monitoring that channel, and we are answering those questions. So if you have some specific questions, please post them in that group, and we will like to quickly go ahead and answer those questions for you. So I think that is very good, because when you ask questions, you will get a response through the group, through the Google groups. Yeah. Yeah, so that's my quick and dirty about. So see, we can only do limited number, because this course is of course recorded, and we have a line open, and you can ask questions. It's not like specifically. There are ways of asking questions and interacting with the teaching team. So if any other questions are there, I have attended to Dr. Joshua's question, and mostly others like Rajak's question, Vishesh, and Shailik Shah's question. So if you have any other questions, most happy to answer them. Yeah, so we are still waiting. Just want to check if you have any questions. If you don't have any questions, we can also end this session. And of course, ending the session doesn't mean that you have disconnected from us. You can post questions in the Google group, and we'll try to answer them that way. And we are always happy to, help you to succeed in this course and be able to use this course in your careers, either research career or academic or industry career. I think such type of courses are very useful for what you want to do.
Good evening, sir. Just one more question. You were talking about this WhatsApp group or some group. So, how can I join that group? Where will I get the information about that?
Yeah, so there is, can one of you open the group? So I think as part of your introductory email, there must be a group which was given to you, Google group, which, yeah, here it is. So there is actually a Google group, and I can see how many participants are there in this group. Go down. Okay, maybe membership. Okay, so we can, so we there is a discussion forum for mobile virtual reality in AI. Basically, this is the name of the group, and I can see that there are some questions in this group, and this is actually what is the name? NOC. No, no, go back. What you clicked? Yeah, about. Click about. Yeah. So it is this NOC 25-CS80-discuss at nptel.iitm.ac.in. Maybe one of you can just copy this. If they send an email to this, I think that question will get posted. It's a public group. Anyone on the in the world can see the group. Okay, if you can just no, just
So
send
it
me.
would be great if you can just post that link even in the chat box. It's okay, not a
Right,
problem.
right. I'm trying to, my TA team is just sending me the link on this laptop. So this is the email address, and I think if, yes, yeah, here it is. I have put it in the chat. Okay. So please check the chat. I have just posted the link on the chat, and you should be able to send your questions on this. Yeah. Okay, Dr. Joshua. Okay, if so, then if there are no more questions, we can disconnect. And of course, looking forward to seeing your questions and continuing to work with you as you go ahead in this course. And TS, please take a look. There may be some questions in that group which got posted between yesterday and today, which we should answer. Yeah. Okay, so NPTEL team, so shall we close the session if there are no more questions? Just want to check. NPTEL team, anyone from there? I think NPTEL colleagues are maybe muted. I can see the NOC IITM host joined, but yeah. So because I see no questions more, chat and all questions we have attacked. So so we can actually then close this call. Yeah. So thank you again, and looking forward to all you having and interacting with you. Yeah. Thank you.